Hi, thank you for logging on with me today. Hello, my name is Izzy Miles, and today I'm going to be reviewing, or kind of going through the books that I have read last year, but there is a bit of a problem. I used to keep a list on like the Notes app of all the books I was reading that year, and then I accidentally deleted it and I didn't know how to get it back. So, but good news, I did keep a paper kind of version of it. When I bought it, I didn't put the older books that I did, but from that point on, I put like, hang on, let me show you. It's this. Got off of Etsy. It's super duper cute, a bit crumpled accidentally, but it's okay. And I have it all kind of there. First, I'm gonna go through the books that aren't on this little paper, but I know I read last year. And that's my cat. Okay. Look at my kitty. Look at her. Say hi. Okay, she doesn't want to be picked up. But, so let's go through the books. The Final Empire. All three. Originally, I did read it with like this book. And it's okay. It was okay. This was the book that my friend gave me. And then I bought the whole series because I thought, you know what? I liked the first book. Like, let me just read the rest. But in my opinion, every single time, well, this book was good and it just got worse and worse, you know? And it just felt like there was writing to write, and there was just so many boring POVs. Like at the point, maybe I'm over exaggerating, but there's like 5 different people, maybe 3 actually, but like different people. And it's just the majority of it was so boring. Even if it was like the character that I wanted to read about at the time was still so boring. And it was treacherous, but I'm happy I got through it, because then I'm done with it. Okay. Let's just go down the line. Atomic Habits, really good. It's not really a fantasy or anything. It is really like motivational though, so I think everybody should 100% read it. Ooh. Daughter of the Pirate King, Daughter of the Siren King. I actually loved these two. I do have favorite moments in them, and yes, there is a third, but it's kind of about like a different person, and I don't really like books like that. I mean, I'm sure we all know how Tower of Dawn went. It's pretty bad, and I don't really like any of like the Quartz extra books either. I don't like those, but which is why I don't like to read them. Okay, listen, I know that I did get The Stolen Heir, but in my opinion, you know what? No, that's on my list. That's on my list. We'll talk about that later. Okay, but the Daughter of the Pirate King is really good. It's a romance, pirate romance. And of course, since you can tell by the title, she's the daughter of the Pirate King. And then she falls in love with this pirate. He's like an enemy pirate. And they hate each other. And then, you know, some storyline. And then they get to know each other and love each other. And it's really good. It's really good. And no, there's absolutely no spice in it. So, by spice, you guys know what I mean. But it's really, really good. And then the second one was just that, but, you know, she's the daughter of the Siren Queen. So she's, spoiler alert, like a siren. But come on, you look at the titles, it says it. So, yeah. It's really, really good though. I actually love it so much. And I read some other books that was like from the library, but I don't remember what they were, and I obviously don't have them with me. So, oops. But now, we're gonna go down the line of what this says and what I gave it. The Cruel Prince, 3 stars. It was not that good. I don't see the hype around it. And I know, I've read all the books, all 3 of the books of the series, and I just got The Stolen Heir. I know it's the spin-off, but listen, okay? I've also read The Wicked King and The Queen of Nothing, and I know that her books actually does get better. They do. I hated the first. Okay, I didn't really hate it. I gave it 3 stars, but I didn't like it. And people were like, "Oh my gosh, this is the best book ever." I'm like, you need to go to a therapist because how? I don't want to spoil it, but I hope that you guys who have read the series, please read back on the actions that that man has done. Or that boy, because he was acting like a boy. Like, look at the actions, okay? I don't care if he, like, secretly loved her or whatever, because it's an enemies to romance. No! No. Yeah. Okay. No. Anyways, I gave The Wicked King, like, 3 stars, too. Yeah, that's my cat. What are you eating? Stop it. Sorry. I gave The Wicked King 3 stars. I actually have to say I don't remember it. Moving on. The Haunting of Brynn Wilder. Oh my gosh. The Haunting of Brynn Wilder. I gave it 4 stars. I think it was pretty good, but the end, in my opinion, was a bit rushed, you know? But it's not like part of the series, I think. I didn't really do too much research. I mean, it was pretty good. I'd read it again, you know? Oh, The Hero of Ages. Yeah, I gave that 2 stars. No. Queen of Nothing was my favorite one, okay? I think that was really good. The author made him way more lovable, you know, because I guess, like, you have to have development and stuff, but just at the beginning, I actually really did not. I hated him. But then he became, like, from what I remember, kind of like a golden retriever, but not really, you know? Like, there's still some stuff, but it's like, I love him so much now. So, it's okay. And, oh, I forgot the sister existed. Sorry, I just thought of the sister. The author really made her a hateable character, and you know what? That's okay. Ooh, Scarlet. I gave that 4 stars. I thought that was really good, and I'd actually read it. In fact, I'm planning to buy it and get the rest of the series because the library that I'm at only has the 1st and 2nd book, and there's a 3rd book, and they will not get the 3rd book. I emailed her, and she told me to email her so that she'll remember or whatever, because she, like, I don't know. Anyways, and she did not get it at all. It's like a Red Robin Hood type thing, you know? The Deepest Part of the Forest, which is, okay, I've been reading a lot of, like, Holly Black's books, you know, but because I can definitely see that she's improving, you know? So I just get her books, and I don't even see if it's from, like, before or after. Oh, I've been missing this. Because in my opinion, stuff after The Cruel Prince is, like, really good, is, like, way better than, like, the before stuff. But that's just her evolving and getting better as an author, which is why I follow her, you know? Like, I'm following her writing because she's getting better. And I think that's the best thing you can do as an author. Oh, The Deepest Forest, though, I did give 3. I didn't really like it. There were some questionable things that had it that I don't really want to spoil. Like, the stuff in it was okay, but some of the tropes that she decided to do, I did not like. Lady Thief, the 2nd book to Scarlet. I gave that 4 stars too. Really good, really good, really good. You know, you got some reveals, some like, oh my gosh, I'm actually this person and I need this. And like, you know, classical romance. I love romance, in case you guys could not tell. Things we have in common, which most of you guys are not gonna like. Most of you guys aren't really gonna understand it, I'd say. It's creepy. It's a thriller. This girl essentially knows this other girl, like, has been kind of stalking this girl because she was being stalked by this guy who then kidnaps her. And then this girl kind of, like, it's like this twisted romance where she gets it in her head. And it's just so weird. It's mind-blowing, but I actually did really like it. And I feel like if I read it in 10 years, I'm not gonna like it. Wicked Fox, I did not like it because I don't know, like, the Korean monster things. And I feel like you need that. What is my cat doing? And I feel like I didn't really know that background. And it took me forever to actually finish this. It wasn't for me. I feel like maybe if you knew a bit more stuff about that, which I do not, you'd like it 100% better. Like, I feel like it was a good book, but it didn't appeal to me. You know, like, everything isn't for you. And I feel like that was just one of the things that I just wouldn't like. It's not bad. I would be like, oh yeah, you know what, that one's an okay, like, book. But I didn't really like it. I feel like other people would, though. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not. Psych in a Dress, I gave it 4 stars, but I would not recommend it to other people. It's essentially Another one of those that you have to think a lot, based off of like the Greek gods and the main character, and it's all in poems. So if you don't understand poems, don't read it, because it's just all poems. But it's essentially, you have the main woman, and you're literally just going through her tragic life in poem, but references to like the Greek gods. It's really interesting and it is good, but I wouldn't really recommend it unless, like, I don't like poems, but I liked it, you know? It kind of like just messes with your head, and it's a short book, like it's a really short book, but it takes you a bit longer to read it because it's all in poem form. Caraval. I've seen so many people like this, and I think one of the reasons why I didn't like it, I mean, I gave it 3 stars. I think one of the reasons why I didn't like it was, 1, it's a slow burn, and 2, it's not really an enemies to lover. I mean, I guess it is. I've read the book. I guess it is, but it's not the type I want, you know? And then I was going into the book expecting like a full-blown romance, because I saw it at the library and it was just like, I don't know, I was just really itching for romance, and I couldn't find like a good fantasy romance book, so I kind of picked that one up, and I was like, oh, this one I think is good. But then it was like kind of about the whole sister relationship with one of the sisters, like not even in the full book. They're just talking about her, and I'm like, okay. But then it's supposedly a bit of romance, and I did not really. Yeah, I dropped that series. Hi. This book right here, people, I actually love it. I gave it 4 stars, right? And I actually really, really loved it. Fun fact, I bought this book first, and I thought it was the start. And then I looked on the back, and I'm like, you know what, maybe it's just like that because it looks better that way. And then I looked it up because I'm like, wait a minute, that would make no sense. Why would they do that? And yeah, it was the second book. So I decided to get the first book and then the third book and then start reading it, which I am in the middle of the third book right now. But this one I absolutely loved. I have a little like favorite part, favorite chapter. It's very mystical. It's by Holly Black, and like I've been saying, people, Holly, she's getting better. I don't know when this was made between like the Cruel Prince and stuff, but I actually like this one way more than the Cruel Prince. It's way better, but I really liked it. I think it was really great compared to her other books. It's romance, and it's so cool, except there are some like questionable decisions in this book, especially about the character herself and some other stuff. But yeah, I think this one was pretty good. Well, I would kind of recommend it depending on who you are. Next one that I read. Oh, it was this one. Okay. This is the end of the year. I didn't really like this one. Yeah, I gave it 2 stars. I was really hyped for this one, and then I started reading this one, and I'm like, wait a minute. This is a whole different character. Whole different town with a whole different plot line and different creatures. Like the other creatures existed, but we're not interacting with them. Like they kind of like she mildly talked about this. Mildly talked about trolls in this book. And then we're like just a shrug off. And then all about trolls in this one. Like a little spoiler, but it was like, oh. Like when I read it, I was like, am I reading the wrong series? And then I looked online and was like, it's just this each like a little mini story of just like a girl in the fantasy world or what. And no, the third book is actually just both of them combined, though I literally haven't even met this girl yet in that book. And I'm like kind of in the beginning, but kind of not, you know, like I'm going into the middle. And I haven't found this girl. I found her town. Here's my cat. It's baby. Look at her. She's so cute. She's so cute. She's so cute. Okay, go. I did not like it. I feel like the first book was so good, and then this one, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then the last one, I'm just like, please, let me get it over with. Just let me get it over with. That's where I'm at right now. Just some other books that I wanted to mention that I read. I read this book for a school project, that's it. Why would I? Like, why would I pick this up? And then this one, I was kind of in like the brain, getting it to think. Kind of boring, I don't know. But those were all the books that I've read 2023. Took me that year. Feel free to comment below what you guys think of those books, because we obviously read different stuff. And on some of the books, I just wanted romance, and it just wasn't giving me straight up romance, which did kind of, you know, bother me a bit. And I feel like some of the books at my school's library was not sectioned properly, because it just, some of them should have been in fantasy instead of romance section, I feel like, you know? But anyways, comment down below what you guys think about each book, because I'm really curious to know what you guys thought about it and why you guys like The Cruel Prince, because I actually think it's one of the worst books. So I'm curious why you guys even like it. He's literally insane, not a good way. And I like psychotic characters. If you actually read like Psych and Address and, gosh, what was the other one? It was Psych and Address. I don't think so. No, it is. Yeah, Things We Have in Common. Like, that stuff's like psychotic. Like, the guys in it, not that great, like, mentally wise. But I loved them, you know? I loved how they were written. It gets me. Like, I'm just like, oh my gosh. But The Cruel Prince just did not, you know? Like, he should have died. I was so done with him. I hope he would have died. Spoiler, he didn't. And it kind of really messed me up. I did not like it. But anyways, please don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. And suggest some other books in the comment too, because I'm gonna hopefully be trying to read more books this year. I definitely received more books for Christmas this year than normal, so I'm super duper excited for that. Thank you for logging on with me. I'm gonna be logging off now. Bye!